Hey, welcome to episode 103. We Made It podcast. Caesar,
Cincy Threes.
he just looked it up. He was just on it. He was on his phone hard. Trust me. Anyway, episode 103. We Made It podcast at We Made It podcast on all social media. WeMadeItPodcast.com for all your We Made It podcast needs. We will also be uploading this video, this episode to YouTube. Check us out. You can get to our YouTube page from WeMadeItPodcast.com. Click the little YouTube symbol. It'll take you right to all our videos. Wednesday, Champions League.
What a day. What a day.
Champions League quarterfinals are over. It was an amazing day, some crazy games. And as you guys know, on Champions League days, we start with the game recaps. Although we are not a game recap show, we do the best game recaps. And best believe we got some serious game recaps to get into. Let's get right into it. Big C's, you okay? What's going on?
I'm chilling, dog. Let's do this. I'm hyped.
You looking concerned. Big C's in the building with that DG Boxing. If you're ever in Long Beach,
please check them out. DG Boxing Long Beach.
They be making Caesar,
all ages. Anybody got kids, families, anybody.
They be making Caesar feel like he's getting in shape.
No more than 6 people in the room.
They be making Caesar feel like he can actually fight.
Well, you can test it.
Okay, Caesar. Oh man. Okay. Also, we're gonna be covering. We're basically not gonna cover Liverpool Porto. You don't really want to get into it. Liverpool won 4-1 in Porto. They went through very easy. Yeah. So the games we're gonna be recapping right now.
Just small shout out to Militão. He's a baller.
Okay. He'll be playing Real Madrid next season.
Baller. He was playing right back. He's a baller.
So right now we're going to recap Barcelona, Manchester United. Caesar is going to recap Juve versus Ajax, and I'm going to and then we're going to recap also Manchester City versus Tottenham Hotspurs. I did not watch Juve versus Ajax. Caesar did not watch Barcelona. We do this, we does this, and we take special care.
We didn't. You didn't recap it, and you didn't watch it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna sit here.
I watched 15 minutes of Tottenham Man City. Was all I needed in my life.
I literally am I didn't see any highlight show or nothing of Juve Ajax. I'm waiting for Caesar to recap it for me. He's the only one I trust to recap the game for real, and I'm the only one that you listen to this trust. So anyway, let me get into Barcelona versus Manchester United. I did expect Barcelona to go ahead and win this game, and everybody knows by now they did win 3-0. But let me go ahead and get into this recap. I'm probably not going to do everything, but in the beginning of the game, Caesar is being extra. In the beginning of the game, Manchester United was kind of going pretty hard. In the first minute, Rashford got in on goal, but he skied the shot. Second minute, Manchester United almost in on goal again, and I put that Manchester United was balling early. Fifth minute, I put Barcelona need to get it together and get some possession. 11th minute.
Wow, you're just going in, aren't you? You're just going in. That's it? Just the little tags, no extra commentary?
Who is this guy? Who's he talking to? I'm the inventor of recaps. Just like what's his name? What's the dude name that I invented sex? Who's his name? Trey Songz. Yeah.
Y'all both capping.
11th minute, there was a penalty called on Rakitic by Fred. It was a lazy play. It was Fred fouled Rakitic in the box. It was a lazy play by Fred, and it was careless. It goes to VAR, and it looks clear to me. But they say it's no penalty and no foul, so it ends up being a drop ball in the Manchester United box. It was so weird, but honestly, I don't know what else anybody else saw, but to me that was a penalty on Fred. I felt like that was a penalty, but they said it wasn't a penalty, obviously, and it wasn't a foul, so they did a drop ball in the box.
I'm glad you're telling me this because the only thing I know about this game is that Messi goal. That's all I know. Well, so I'm excited. Go ahead, keep going.
We don't get into it. So yeah, there was no penalty, no foul. I don't know what anybody else thought, but I thought that was actually a penalty when I'm watching it, even on the replay. 16th minute, goal, Messi, killed it. Typical Messi, thugging after Ashley Young loses the ball deep in his own half like a scrub. Messi darted past Fred and put it into got it around just the left foot curler kind of joint. I'm just like, he's just thugging. But Ashley Young just losing the ball in his own half that deep. Like, what are you doing? And then Messi just like
inexcusable. It's like one of the things, some of the primary things to learn is just a defender in life is
you just can't lose the ball.
You can't lose the ball.
You can't lose the ball deep. Do anything to not lose the ball deep.
What they teach you, just don't play around back there. Just get rid of it.
Yeah, dude.
Kick it out of bounds if you got it.
Seriously.
Do the Thiago Silva.
Yeah, seriously. Then in the 20th minute, another goal by Messi on his right foot from kind of far away. Messi shoots the rock. De Gea is right on there, and it ends up rolling right under him. Uh-huh. I said, investigate De Gea. Investigate him. Because honestly, I was like, yo, like, did that really just go in? I was tripping.
But they said he did extra homework to prepare for Messi.
Is that what they said?
He said he did extra homework to get ready for Messi.
No, he did extra homework or whatever that we need to be investigating.
So you think he put some WWE, he pretended, you know what I'm saying?
Investigate De Gea after that.
Isn't he supposed to be like a wall?
I've seen De Gea make big mistakes before. Like, I've seen him make big mistakes. And honestly, like, just don't talk to me about goalies. I've said this before. Like, we've said this before. Don't talk to me about goalies. I've seen De Gea make amazing saves, like instinct saves, just like on some level, we kind of get in lucky.
Yeah.
He's got a good body for a goalie. Like, he's
great
lanky,
size, long.
good size. Yeah. But
would you say he's athletic?
He's pretty athletic too.
I've seen him make some good moves.
Yeah, but like, it's a goalie, and they all make big mistakes. It just happens sometimes. It don't matter how good you are necessarily. Like, once you're on a certain level, like, they're all the same.
All the goals you can name in history that were legends have all had flounder games. Neuer, who says he's had big mistakes. Oliver Kahn is a big one. But Oliver Kahn was getting dismantled in the World Cup. It happens. It happens. Felt so good.
Yeah, damn. But yeah, so like, that was a crazy goal. So I put after that, both goals by Barcelona had been by mistakes.
Yeah.
Did I put this early? I could have sworn I put this. That was actually the first leg. I put that. I wanted to see Coutinho kind of do something. 30th minute, I put Coutinho's been boring. 36 minutes should have been a yellow card on Pogba. 41st minute should have been another yellow card on Pogba.
You be coming at Coutinho.
Oh, Coutinho, honestly, like, I'll get into it. Okay, 43rd minute, Pogba wins a free kick and, like, in good free kick range to, like, shoot it. And then Rashford takes it again. Is it racist? Is it because Rashford's British?
What?
Is it because Rashford's British? What? I'm dead ass.
Come on,
Is
dog.
it because Rashford's British and Pogba's French? Why not?
I just think they think he's a better free kick shooter. I think they're tripping.
What evidence do we have? We have plenty of evidence. Pogba's standing there too. He wants to take it, and then Rashford just kind of ends up taking it.
No.
And honestly, like, the way it looked to me, it was like Rashford is kind of like not even like debating it. He's like, oh, I know, like I'm the person that takes the free kicks, and it seems like Pogba can't even convince him. And maybe
Pogba knows too, but he's just there.
No, I think it, like, honestly, I wish you'd seen it, because it was kind of like, I think they're giving it to him because he's British. Honestly, I really think so. Whatever, we'll see. I got something after this too, so maybe we can get some confirmation about that. Oh my God, it was 2 minutes after the 45th minute in the first half. Messi makes the thuggest run ever. I think thuggest run ever. I think he nutmegged somebody.
Damn.
He passed it to Alba, who crossed it to Sergio Roberto. The shot goes off of De Gea's face, basically. And then it just like falls, and I think somebody else tried to shoot it. It could have easily been 3-0 there. Messi just like pew pew pew, and I think he nutmegged somebody, and I think he nutmegged McTominay, or maybe it was Lindelof. It was a great cross by Jordi Alba to Sergio Roberto, but it just like ends up hitting off of De Gea's face, and they were like, "Oh, it's an amazing save." I'm like, that literally went off his head, dog. Relax. it went off his head, and it hit his head backwards too. I'm like, that's not a save.
That's like when they said, like, they were saying, like, oh, he's blocking the punches with his face.
Exactly. Halftime, I put that the most absent players on the pitch have been Jesse Lingard and Coutinho.
That's a good note to have.
Yeah, they were like that was very absent. We've talked about Lingard before. I don't know if we talked about him on the podcast, but I remember me, you, and Martez, maybe we were texting about it in the group chat about like what does Lingard do? Like what is he?
I was
like,
into it. I don't know either.
Who is this guy for real? Like is he just
he just gives you a highlight every like month on EPL, and he'll like score against like Watford, and he does a dance, and everybody's super hyped about it.
Exactly, honestly, and I got some more about that in Tottenham City too. About that,
but to me, he's very regular.
He's very regular. He doesn't really do much.
Real. I feel like I can find a ton of Lingards in the world.
I don't know if he would start in like West Ham, like if they got their full squad. Like honestly,
me and you watch Ligue 1. There's a lot of Lingards out there.
Oh,
easily.
Please,
he would get Max Scudell right now. He's ready.
And it's funny too because I don't really know if he's like a midfielder or a forward. He was playing in the midfield this game.
He plays like midfield wing.
It's like this guy's, but he was very absent, and so was Coutinho. And I also put that Luis Suarez is embracing like the provider role, and I can respect that. He hasn't scored in Champions League so far. He's not scored. Group stage, round of 16, and that 2 legs against Man U, he hasn't scored. But he's had like 4 or 5 assists or something like that. But you can tell with Luis Suarez, like he's only shooting when it's like super clear or when it's like he's kind of by himself.
When it's made for him to shoot, like it's there for him to shoot.
But like there was times where it's like, yo, dog, like you can take that shot and he's just like looking to pass it, like at the top of the 18.
I can respect. It's kind of keeping it real right there. But I can respect. I
can respect it.
That's knowing what you kind of got going on.
Yeah, right I think he's kind of realizing like I don't have the same dynamism. And you saw it this game too. Like there were some times the ball got away from him, and you can see like he's still a good athlete, but there's just something missing in his like acceleration and different things like that.
There's an approach to it. I mean, I think with him especially, it's like, hey, like why push the issue for me to get my stats when it's more important I just get the easiest goal
and we win games.
Yeah, it's about winning. I mean, that's what you got to do, especially in these playoff tournaments, whatever. Yeah, in the league, for sure, do you think? But I mean, like when you're like in a playoff knockout, you got to get it cracking.
Yeah, and I can respect that.
Yeah, that's cool. Still not black though.
Well, his grandpa's black.
Newspaper.
I never seen yours.
Wow. Don't need to.
50th minute, I put Coutinho's. I was trying not to go at Coutinho.
No, you weren't.
No, I swear. There's
something in your heart that's just
no,
ready to
that's not
Coutinho.
true. Honestly, like I never disliked Coutinho, but like they've been talking shit about him on Barcelona, and I was like,
they've been saying him and Prince are so bad for Barcelona.
Yeah, well, I just wanted to see him in the first leg. Like maybe you can kind of prove something. He didn't really do anything in the first leg. 50th minute, he made a run and won a corner. I was like, okay, that's good. 61st minute, he did score a goal. Typical Coutinho golazo, honestly. It was a great long pass by Messi to Jordi Alba, who kind of volley crossed it to Alba. Coutinho put it in that right corner. If you're looking at the goal, very typical Coutinho goal. Yeah. 63rd minute, I put that Man U looks deflated. 65th minute, our boy Delote came on for Martial, which I thought was kind of
Hey, Delote.
Yeah, that dude is...
Bien Portuguese. What's up, Delote?
I went back and watched the recap of PSG versus Man U, that second leg, and I was like, what I was like saying about Delote was kind of funny, but because he was balling, but he like had like a bunch of bad crosses, but he was still doing his thing, and he won that penalty.
That's like a player, like it's okay, he can mess around because you can tell his future to him.
He's a
like
really,
you're young, dog. Go ahead.
He's a really good crosser of the ball.
You put someone like that in the game. It's just like Kimi. Like it's okay, you can mess around a little bit. He's young as hell. Like go ahead.
Exactly. No, he's good. He'll be good if he keeps it going. Yeah. 70th minute, I put that Barca's been toying with Man U, keeping like 70th minute. I think they had possession for like 3 minutes. Like literally just toying with them.
That hurts the heart. That's hard to watch, especially when it's your team that you like. If you're a Man U fan, it hurts on them.
Yeah, it was like dang dog. They're just like they have possession for so long.
How did you feel going into that tournament? Like what was your feeling in terms of who would you seen go on? Did you have a kind of side you picked? For Man U, Barcelona?
Yeah, I know Barcelona's going to go through.
No, but I mean, like, did you have kind of a team you lean towards? I felt really kind of indifferent about that matchup.
No, I felt like Barcelona would definitely beat
them. No. I'm not saying who you picked. I'm saying anybody you preferred.
No, I don't care.
Yeah, me too. I was kind of indifferent about it.
I mean, I'm usually indifferent. Honestly, I don't care.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
That's cap.
Why?
Huh?
Who do I care?
No, let's continue the recap. We got to do this. Okay, I got a 3-page one.
Okay. These are some more... Luis Suarez got a yellow card in 77th minute for talking shit to the ref. 80th minute, Alexis Sanchez came on for Jesse Lingard. Alexis Sanchez.
Never heard of him.
And the fans did cheer him. The Barcelona fans cheered him, which I thought was nice.
Oh. Come back? No, it's okay.
Yeah, no. But that was cool though.
He was balling a year before he left.
Yeah, no, they definitely like cheered for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the end of the game, it was 90th minutes, a great save by Ter Stegen on Alexis Sanchez. Game over. Barcelona won 3-0. Caesar, I was watching the locker room. I want to say this was Monday, and on BN, Bobo Vieri said like for sure Pogba's going to Real Madrid next season. He said it like it's a fact. So we'll see. And I wonder if he's leaving because Rashford be getting preferential treatment. Okay, all right, that's a stretch. All right, that's a stretch. That's a stretch, I guess. But
hey.
But yeah,
I can see like they do like some kind of swap and getting like Cruz on Man U.
You know, it's funny because I always hear they're like, oh, a swap. I'm like, they don't do that. They don't do swaps in soccer. It's not like they do like.
Once in a while they do it.
Very rarely, dude. It ain't like that common. And they're talking about like, oh, Pogba for Bale. I'm like, dog.
We don't do trades.
Anybody watching Bale knows like Pogba is so much more valuable.
Okay. But anybody with actual
that's true.
eyes.
You're right.
The rest of the world think it's excellent.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, Barcelona won 3-0. I did expect that. Barcelona is just a better team than Man U. It does make PSG look even weaker, but we're gonna get into that.
I'm mad that. Okay, I'm mad that Real Madrid isn't even in our recaps, and you still find a way to bring up the misery I've had watching Bale this season. Like you managed a way to bring me back to those feelings of watching Bale. How much it hurt my heart.
Caesar, how you think I felt?
So frustrating.
I don't want.
I could do a whole episode on how the ups and downs of watching Bale the last 5 years.
Caesar, I watch Bale too.
Yeah, but I used to be the big rider, man. I was a big defender.
That's right.
I used to battle for him.
I started.
You started early. You
were
kind of ahead of time.
Yeah. Okay, so that was Barcelona menu. Caesar's about to go super hard. Juve Ajax. I did not. Did I see the goals? I did see the goals.
That's whack.
No, did I? I think I did end up seeing the goals because I was watching the game and they showed them after.
By the way, make sure everybody bears with me. I guess my screen is not still big enough for this.
But who be talking about whose phone though?
No, I actually can do Google Docs on my phone about you.
I definitely can.
You definitely can.
I definitely can use Google Docs.
Your phone gets that. Like, you know what you get. You know what you get? You be getting that little exclamation point that says "too hot, put down."
Caesar,
put in cool area.
My Google Drive is lit, so please don't ever play with me.
Okay. All right. So, Juve Ajax. I just made some pregame notes. Juventus formation is wild. I don't know what's going on here, and it was up top. They had Dybala, Bernardeschi, and Ronaldo, and.
Interesting.
And midfield, Pjanic, who does nothing, Matuidi, and Emre Can.
Okay, what about Mandzukic? He was hurt or something?
Yeah, he got hurt last game. He got out earlier.
Gotcha, okay.
Last week. And the last Champions League match he got when he got him. And Dybala was wearing a captain's band.
Interesting.
I don't know what happened.
Bonucci was playing, yeah?
Yeah, Bonucci played. Really weird. Also, Cancelo wasn't in the game. They put Sciglio in the game.
The Sciglio? Okay.
No, the Sciglio. It's funny. It's a lot more fun to say that.
The Squiggolo.
The Squiggles in the game. And Alexandro Rugani again because Collini's still hurt.
Yeah.
And Bonucci. So I was really uncomfortable with the formation. I was really, actually, to be honest with you, when I saw that, I was like, I really wonder what's going to happen because the big thing about Cancelo that I noticed that he's an excellent guy going forward and plays great defense. And also, he's a great crosser. He's really, really good. A lot of those Ronaldo goals, that ball always seems to have that perfect loop and go right in the middle. Like, if no one gets it, the cross is always nice. Like, he puts in work.
One for Ronaldo last game.
Yeah, so I was like, damn, Sciglio does nothing going forward.
A.K.A. Bleep.
Yeah, a.k.a. Bleep. Ajax with the same false nine formation. Tadic in the middle, Ziyech on the right, Neres on the left. Basically, but they just wrote, but they just do whatever they want up top. It's like, we have this formation, but y'all just scramble. I was like, here's a big thing I noted too pre-match. I was watching, and they showed Douglas Costa, and he's wearing a suit.
Oh, interesting.
I was like, Douglas Costa's not dressed. If he's injured, that's ridiculous. I wrote, he better be dead because this is the quarter final. Like, you need to be out there.
What was up?
Like, I don't know. I didn't look into it, but he didn't play. He was in a suit and over there smiling and talking. I'm like, no, like
maybe he's yellow card suspension. I don't know.
I don't think so. But I mean, whatever. I was like, if I just said, I was just writing this if he was injured.
Okay.
Because like this is too many times I've seen. Damn, you're gonna mess up the light and the brightness too. This is too many times I've seen where Douglas Costa has been hurt and missed out pivotal parts of like even Brazil and Bayern Munich. Like,
Caesar, stop it with Douglas Costa. He's not some like
reliable I know he's not. But I'm saying like he's not even there. Like,
Douglas,
you know what I mean?
Costa is a.
But no. Say what you want on that team. Last game he did make an impact. He was an impact out there.
Douglas Costa. They scored 1 goal.
I know, but he made a difference.
They scored 1 goal. Douglas Costa is just a squad player. That just happens to be fast.
But that's a good guy to have off the bench, no lie.
But whatever. He's not somebody you rely on.
Yo, it's either that or put in my boy Spin Doctor. So Spin Doctor wasn't out there either. Spinzola.
Well, whatever. Douglas Costa's regular.
Anyways, 5 minutes. This game is starting off so slow. We've already had like 3 fouls. 10-minute mark. The game is still slow because his damn left back Ajax got, who's a baller, Mazarui or something like that. The left back is really good. I mean, right back. And also my boy Tagliafico wasn't in the game, so I was really wondering how they're gonna do.
You mentioned that last time too.
Big time.
Yellow cards, right?
Yeah. He was in the game. So yeah, he got hurt and then he got subbed out really early, 10 minutes in. So
who got hurt and subbed out?
The right back also.
Okay.
His name is Mazarui.
Whatever.
He's really good too. Okay. He's pretty good. I was like, all right, okay, 10 minutes now. Can we start playing? Is the game going to start now? 13-minute mark. Jesus Christ, another foul. I was like, it's crazy because this is the pace. This pace has been the opposite of the last 3 games in a row. I didn't watch Ajax versus Bayern, but when I watched Ajax versus Real Madrid and Ajax versus the first stage of Bleep, they literally were like off the gates exploding. This game's super slow starting off. I was like, this is probably exactly what Juventus wants. Like, let's just everybody getting hurt, slow down, figure it out. Let's be boring, you know. Turtle wins the race kind of thing. 15-minute mark. Juventus playing really weird. Young Skiggles just tried to cruise the ball across the field to the left side over the penalty box. Like, you know, you do that. We do it in the midfield. He did it across the penalty box. Ball goes out of bounds. It was just rough. I don't know what's going on. Everybody's screaming at him too.
I have a question. So the lineup was
Ronaldo up top, Dybala, and Bernardeschi.
So Dybala is playing he's not pushing the line, is he?
No, he was in the formation, but then he was kind of up there and kind of not. It was just ugly. You know what happened? So Ronaldo rotates to the middle, and the left is just a hole in the left. And guess who's covering the hole?
Who?
Matuidi, as always. They do that formation, and when Mandzukic is there, and then they cover the left, and then all you see is just this hole. And I'm like, who's going to create off the left side?
Yeah,
it's really dumb because Dybala doesn't go there. He refused to go to the left side.
Dybala is also not a center forward. He's like a false
he's
nine.
He's like a false nine floater.
Yeah, he's like Firmino kind of. But at least Firmino will sometimes push the line like Julius Peppers.
Yeah, but I don't want to get into Dybala right now. I'm going to get mad. Okay. Because I already have stuff for him. 27-minute mark. Juventus goal by Ronaldo. What it looks like on the replay is that an Ajax defender got tripped in the box or dove, and Ronaldo had an open header towards the goal. And I was like, oh, but here comes the garbage VAR. I was like, watch VAR flip this back over. But the VAR shows that actually the Ajax player ran into his own player, and then Bonucci was in the area and kind of just was there. I was like, wow, finally, VAR actually works. Goal stands. Right after that, it was really dope. They showed a replay. Ronaldo, after the ref made the call, the goal stand, Ronaldo was in the Ajax's coach's face, basically saying I told you it was a clean goal, and it was really cute because the Ajax coach was grabbing Ronaldo's face, pinching his cheek. It was really cool. It was dope, and it was they were it was like a funny yelling, it was cool. Because right after that, actually, the Ajax coach was nodding, hell no, that was a bad call. And then Ronaldo went over there and he's laughing or whatever. It was cool.
That's cute.
I was like, oh.
Although, I mean, let's just say that we are still boycotting.
Yes. Hey.
Because Caesar was the initiator of the boycott of Ronaldo.
I'm still mad at you. And you got what you deserve now.
And Juve, too.
Yeah, Juve.
You're going back on it real hard, but whatever.
No, I'm not. That was a cute moment. Damn it. No, God.
That's all good.
I'm the worst activist of all time. I never said I was great at it. 33-minute mark. Whoa, what is happening? An ugly far shot by an Ajax player is deflected to the guy who finally learned his name, Van Beek. Van der Beek.
Okay.
Number 6, who plays the 9 sometimes. I don't know what the hell's going on in his formation. He shoots it in the goal. It looks super offsides. That's got to be offsides. That's offsides. Come on, no way. Literally, but the big issue was that young Skiggles, Skiglio, literally just like it happened and he didn't even move. Everybody was moving with the ball. He stood there with his hand up.
Oh, like saying it's offside.
Like dog.
Wait, so he's the one that kept him onside?
He was the one that was guarding him, but he called it offside. It was his man. And he just stopped. Like, he let the play keep going.
Oh.
Like, dog, like, first of all, play to the whistle. Yeah. Second of all, like, you can't stop. Like, everybody's running. You're the only person that stopped. At least wave and keep running. Like, he just stopped there. And it like, that was his guy. Okay. And he scored. They showed the replay. I thought it was definitely offsides. It did look but I'm mad at him. Play to the whistle. That's 1-1. Now Ajax has if you let up an away goal. That's huge, dog. So you can't afford that.
Was Squiggle keeping him onside too?
Mm-hmm. That was his man.
Lame.
So when that possession happened, he stopped, and everybody kept kind of going like in the motion. Like, how do you have the energy to stop, break, stop, and everybody's like still kind of going in the motion, finishing like their run? So it was really whack to me.
You're scaring me.
Oh, whatever. Also, thing I noted. Emery Chan's just not the guy like I want to count on to bring that ball up and create up top. Like, you have a 4-3-3 going on, and you have Emery Can as a dude you need to facilitate offense. They can't go like that. Where's Pjanic with the ball? Do something. Like, that midfield, like when Ronaldo was kind of rotating middle and Dybala's just ghosting it. Like, you don't really have anything else going. You don't have anybody else. Berndeski was kind of getting robbed a lot today. He wasn't really like getting it off. He was getting the ball stolen a lot today. So I'm like, you don't like who are these people out here? Like, what's going on right now? But I was like, here's the difference. Ajax has like literally 9 midfielders on the field. Like, there's 9 dudes out there that can play midfield, and Juve maybe has 5, maybe 5.
Okay, who?
Like
the 3 midfielders.
Like, and I'm talking like a midfield, like good with the ball, passing ball, like passing and dribbling. You know, Ajax has all those guys: Zai, David Neres, Tadic, Steven Beek, the Young. They have a ton of dudes, like endless guys. Even the fullbacks are really good with the ball. Yeah. They have that Danish dude. Juventus, I'm like, who do you have? Berndeski's pretty good with the ball.
Yeah.
Ronaldo. Dybala in my tweet.
Well, I mean, Pjanic is good with the ball too.
Yeah, Pjanic, that's it.
Yeah, Emery Can. I mean, I don't.
But the guy like Skinner's not good with the ball. Like, he's not good at fullback. Sandro's like okay going forward on the wings. Like, it's like you can just feel like a lapse in like possession in midfield. They're definitely just losing midfield battles. Okay. Like, Pjanic is like Ajax is really good at winning the midfield battle and up top too, because they're able to control the ball and they're passing around, playing around. They make your defense make mistakes. And they capitalize on it, or they just pass too much and mess up.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, so I was like, literally, like, Ajax is a problem for anybody in this tournament right now. Like, anybody who wants to get it cracking is going to have issues.
I don't know, you're screaming in my ear.
Okay, well, I'm having a good time. I wrote, never do a 5-minute first half stoppage ever again.
Oh, my God.
I don't care if there's an earthquake, just end it.
No, don't ever do that. It's never that serious.
I wrote a little first half summary.
Look at this guy, dude.
Zayt been kind of quiet. Neres and Tadic has been the active ones. Juventus looks really sloppy, and Ajax looks like they're just really comfortable doing their thing. Juve literally just turns up. If they just turn up one more notch, they can win this game, like, for sure. And I think this formation isn't allowing Juve to be offensively effective. And they need
a center forward.
Yeah, and there's a huge difference between Douglas Costa and Cuadrado on the field with the ball and Dybala. So there's been no real service to Ronaldo, kind of just like running out there. Like, it just hasn't been cracking.
It's just you need a center forward, dude. So, you need you just need a center forward, yo.
Big time second and half adjustments are needed. Right on the bell, 45-minute mark. Young Keane in the game for Captain Dybala. Dybala takes off the captain's band, sit on that bench, didn't see the camera again. Yeah, gone.
Oh, they took. Okay, hold on. You're telling me Allegri took him out at halftime?
Halftime, 45-minute mark. Out of here. I'm really uncomfortable with this Dybala situation. Is it a contract I don't know about where he has to play? Because it seems like he has to play for some reason.
Well, no, he had a good
game on the weekend.
No, but he sits on the bench a lot.
He does.
Allegri benches him a lot.
Yeah, but then
for the past 2 seasons.
But then you start him and you give him a captain's band. That was weird.
I just feel like maybe weird. But I can understand that because Dybala's not like some young dude anymore. He's not like 22, and he's been around. He scored a lot of goals in Serie A.
Yeah, Bonucci been there longer.
I agree, but maybe Allegri's like Bonucci's comments recently about Keane. Maybe he kind of like was like, I'm not giving you the captain's bat for that. Fair. Possibly,
right?
But maybe he's doing that to Dybala to motivate him.
All right, I've seen him before.
We're gonna start you in this big game, and I'm gonna give you the captain's bat back to motivate you.
Well, he did literally nothing. He had like one ball that kind of got like went to him, and he kicked it and almost a goal. It was like very like Hamas, like it should have been a goal. Just because a fluke happened. It wasn't anything created out of the offense. All right, so Keane in the game. The commentators are really high on Keane. Literally, they're riding that wave. And out goes our beloved Captain Dybala, fearless leader. Thank you for your service today. Also, a note from halftime. Young Berndeski took the long sleeves off. The tattoos are out. Whoa. I was like, we're about to get it cracking now. He must have been hyped in that locker room because them tattoos was out. The one arm was solid black. It was just black paint. I was like, he's ready to get it cracking right now.
What is on? I want to see that up close.
Probably gangs.
He'll probably reply if we DM.
Yeah. Oh God. 47-minute mark, I wrote, Keane is helping deep. He's running back, staying in the middle. Ronaldo's kind of moving to left a little more. Okay. And I was like, he's helping deep. He must have got that from
Cavani.
Balotelli.
Oh, you mean offensively? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay,
I thought you meant, you were my joke. I'm over it.
No, I thought you meant defensively.
I was like, also, Keane has some really heavy feet. Looks like he's running around in size 14s. Has some big old heavy feet, dog.
Like is his control not that great?
No, it's okay.
Okay.
He's 19 though.
I have a question. Is he like a center forward for real, or is he kind of just like
this is okay? Actually, I wrote this.
Young dudes ain't center forwards.
No, I wrote this to you. If he's listening to somebody and is telling him to be like a 10, it's gonna be bad for him. But he has all the makeup to be a really, really good. He can be like a combo Suarez, kind of like Cavani, if he just kind of like focus on being a 9 with good feet. Yeah. Because in the air, he flies. Him and Ronaldo, those things were flying up there for corners. He has speed. He's pretty damn fast. Okay. Like he moves and he's big. Like I'm like, dude, he's 19. He's like everybody's height out there and like bigger. Size, yeah. And when he's like attacking defenders, you could tell they get really mad. Like they're like uncomfortable with his strength. So I'm like, dog, like if someone's teaching you how to be like a 9, so that he can go a long way.
Yeah. You've never seen him play in the league though, huh?
Yes, I seen him play against not Genoa, one of the games. I think it was Genoa. That's it.
Okay.
But it's just, I mean, those games he's just kind of like they always put him in really great teams.
And it's late in the game
too.
Usually.
But he has started the last 4 games. He gets 5 goals.
I don't know if he started though.
Yeah, he did because Ronaldo was out last game too. He started,
but I don't think he started 4 games though.
Oh, I'm not too sure if he started 4 then. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
So I think he has 4 goals in like 3 games.
He's scored some goals. Yeah,
he's been scored. Yeah. So
I just have never watched him play.
Yeah, this is kind of my first time seeing him in a game that mattered to me. I'm like, this is important. Okay. So I was really trying to watch him, and I think he did good. He did fine. Like when like we said earlier, when someone's 19 and you put him in his game, like literally you can make mistakes, but if you give me a couple good plays, I'm happy because I'm not supposed to be asking you much more than this.
If I see a center forward, if I'm not really expecting you to score goals, like I just need you to not lose the ball.
Yeah, he wasn't losing the ball. He was just out there working. Like he didn't really have like opportunities to start things off. Yeah. He would get the ball. What I like about him though is if he gets the ball in that box there, he's shooting. Like I like that. Like he's like, and he takes good shots. Like they're pretty good shots. They're not like crazy skies or going outside for a throw in. So I'm like, you're taking good shots. Go ahead. Keep doing that, please. Probably doesn't want Bonucci yelling at him again. Okay, so I wrote... Sorry, my whole screen got messed up. All right. I said also, honestly, I really want to know how much better is Emre Can than Khedira? Like, what's the difference here?
Nothing.
Like, what are you really losing?
Khedira's still there, right?
Yeah.
Is he hurt?
No.
Well, maybe Emre Can's got more legs than him, but like...
But I keep it real. I think Khedira's better going forward, though. Khedira got some sauce. Okay. I seen him rip some ball. He has some sauce.
I don't know if it was last season or the season before last. I honestly...
He had like 6 goals, right?
I seen Khedira playing for... I remember me and Martez talking about this, like... Because we watched him at Real Madrid, and Real Madrid he was really poor. Yeah. But then for Juve...
Spanish hard, though.
At Juve, he was playing like a more advanced role, and he was scoring goals.
He had like really 6 or 7 or something right? Like that. We were like laughing at it.
But I can't remember if it was last season before last. For some reason can't remember.
I was like, I don't know what's really going on, but he's a really good player going forward. So in this situation, if you're having a lineup where you have like a tweet out there, and you need to score, I feel like you just put him in the game.
Yeah, Emre Can is more of a defensive-minded midfielder.
He's good defensively too. He's aggressive. He's strong, but it's like going forward, I don't want to rely on him to make things happen for me. So I hate to attack him this much, but it was just kind of bothering me in the game. I wrote 52-minute mark. Jesus, like you give Neres like 10 feet to 7 feet of room, and he literally causes chaos. Like he somehow gets either a shot off or he gets a great pass going. It's really cool. And he does it on any side of the field. Sometimes he's doing it on the left and sometimes doing the right. That's really good to see. That, like, for example, like when you watch Malcolm, it's just everything on the right side that's kind of going for Malcolm, in Barcelona. But him, it's everywhere. Yeah, he's really good. He did a nice pass over to Van der Beek, which led to a Ziyech shot, which was saved by Chesney. That was a really good possession. I thought it was going to be a goal. He literally, his wrist saved the ball. A lucky day. Ajax is giving you, 57-minute mark, Ajax is giving you a fits. The ball stolen off of Bernadeschi once again. Van der Beek shoots a nice ball from afar, like a little a curler to the top corner, and Chesney saves it again. So I was like, this is getting rough out here. 60-minute mark. Bernadeschi gave the ball again away. Damn. Once again lost it. I'm not crazy mad but I'm mad because two people tried to double team him on a sideline, and he did a cool little move and got out of it, but then he shot it across the field and on their side of the ball and got it stolen. I'm like, just give the simple pass off. It's right here.
Just pass it back.
Just pass it, man. Why are you crossing all the way across the field? It's just too much.
Just pass it back.
Ronaldo slapped the ground and happened. 61st minute mark. Wow, that's the first time I've ever done a recap, and it's taken me more than 30 minutes to talk about Ronaldo. He had a nice link-up play with Keane, but Keane shot it barely wide. I was like, can Juve please? Are they going to get it cracking, or are we just going to go home today? This feels like fourth gear. Skiglio off the game. Cancelo on. I literally wrote, are you telling me Cancelo could have played the whole time? Jesus. Comes in the game, instantly has an effect. The game starts getting really wild. Tadic had a beautiful, like one of them cruise passes that go diagonally across the back line, and like it's like FIFA. But Ziyech could have just shot it, and then he passed it again, and it messed up. I was like, you just gotta shoot that ball, man. I wrote 65th minute marker where Juventus really deserves to lose this game. Like, they don't deserve to win this.
And then 65th?
Yeah, they don't deserve this. Like, you don't deserve to win this game. It's not like a game where they've been battling back and forth. It's like one team has just been in your ass, and once in a while you do one part. So, like, you don't deserve to win this game right now.
Well, vulgar there.
Live life. 66-minute mark. Legit, whatever his name is, the really baller center back, the 19-year-old, had a mean header. I mean, he dunked on Sandro and Rugani, dunked on them like a Verona one, dunked on them 2-1. I wrote, oh shit, son. If this doesn't light a fire under Juve, nothing can. Like this, like literally nothing more. I also wrote what I said to you about Keane. I said earlier to you, like he has a lot of potential. Like you see the potential. And it's just like if he focuses on being a 9 and uses the skills he has that are extra, he can be super lethal.
Yeah.
But you can just sometimes you're watching a game like wow, like he's good. Like you can see it sometimes. 73-minute mark, the game is dead silent. Ultras do a chant for 2 minutes and it's over and it's dead quiet again. It's so awkward.
Damn.
73-minute mark, Juve defender Rugani basically passes the ball to Ajax in the back line and Ajax almost scores again. What is going on here? Like, how they should just throw a towel in. 75th minute mark, Cancelo with a second good cross in the box. So good. He throws a clean one. King jumps over everybody. Like, literally the defender was at his, like, waist. And the ball, like, barely misses. It was almost a goal. It was, like, really, really close. I wrote, it's pretty crazy that Ronaldo can go to Juve and still be the guy they're, like, counting on. Like, this is the guy everybody calls washed up, and he's like, everybody's like hoping he scores and helps them. Like, that's ridiculous. What's even the point? Like,
I got something to say after
I wrote, that's a damn shame that this is the highest fucking level. Like these teams, everybody in the media talks all bad about these players and teams, and then look at this like happening right here. He even went to Juventus and they're like praying that he's the one that makes it happen. They're not hoping Dybala does it. No one else. They're like, Ronaldo, please put this goal in for us.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Not the wonder kid Truth that's 25 Dybala, whatever.
Who Andres Cordero said is the most talented player in Serie A last year.
Well, that's at this point, that's not saying much.
I was like, that's literally insane. Like, I'm like, I don't know how much he paid you.
Once again, so I wrote, what another goal by Ajax. Gorgeous goal. Wait, what? VAR? Are you kidding me? It was a right-footed shot, too. I didn't know he had a right foot. Zayk, the left-footed. Damn, offsides goal overruled. I don't think that was a goal. Like, I mean, I don't think that was offsides. I was like, I think that was onside. Honestly, it doesn't matter. Because I know that mentally, like, Juve felt destroyed by that.
It's over.
And then right after that, Ronaldo's offsides on the header, and he's screaming right now. I was like, does anybody want to go hard, or are we just all done? Like, the game is still going on right now. 83-minute mark. That was 7 minutes later. They finally showed the replay on the offsides. They didn't.
Offsides was Zayk?
Yeah. They didn't show a replay. They showed a screenshot, and they put a little line, and they were literally side to side. It was not an offsides.
Interesting.
And then just blew through it like it was nothing. I was like, hey, I saw that. That's fake. That was definitely not offsides, and I'm mad that they didn't show more of it. 86-minute mark, the commentator is saying, Neres keeps going down all the time, you need to be stronger. I was like, what sport are you watching, buddy?
Like he's diving?
Yeah, I'm like, dog, they're up, and he's getting tackled. Go down and eat that clock up, buddy.
Somebody yelled
what
at
are
him.
you doing?
He probably stayed up one time, and somebody
yelled, you better get on the ground.
Yelled at him, like, you better fall down if somebody touches you.
I'm like, what sport are you watching, dude?
I would scream on my teammate. Like, if you don't fall down...
He's like, why you gotta fight through? I'm like, why would you fight through it? Well, you're up.
No, you're trying to win. Nobody remembers that.
The commentator's like yelling at him. I'm like,
Nobody remembers Mbappe doing that against Belgium. They just remember France won the World Cup.
Yeah. And I was like, they're up 3-3-2 aggregate. Relax.
Yeah.
89-minute mark. I thought it was a handball on Danny Blinn in the box.
Oh, yes, that's what I saw.
It wasn't.
That's from when I watched.
Yeah. I was like, not called. Wow. On the replay, his arm kind of came out and they didn't call it. Why the hell do we have VAR for? The commentator earlier made a comment saying, well, with VAR, surely the correct call will be made. I wrote, literally, that's never been the case proven. That's not even a true statement.
Well,
that VAR, no, it's not, because if you have inconsistencies with the replay, you can't say that it makes the correct call.
He's saying, like, it always makes the correct call.
Yeah, you can't say that.
No.
So on the replay, it showed that the ball grazed his stomach and then it hit his hand.
I don't think it hit his hand, actually, because I saw that extra.
I saw on the replay.
It just hit his stomach.
The one I saw, it went here and it like bounced off there too.
No, it didn't.
Oh, okay.
I saw because I was watching it at the same time. They were showing the one where it looked like it hit his hand the whole time, but then they showed like an angle that was pointing straight at him, and you just saw like it hit his stomach and then it went off.
I was still screaming.
But no, because we were watching it, I was like, "Yo, that's a handball." What? Yeah. I couldn't believe it.
92-minute mark. Juve doesn't want to win. You can't tell me they want to win. It's over. I was like, that was really ugly to watch, and that's a shame.
You know,
game, and I wrote game blouses.
Game. Okay, I'm not gonna
game blouses.
You know, it's really funny. Two things about Bleep, aka Mr. Portuguese man from Madeira, Africa.
Sorry for the protest at his name so much. I was reading my notes.
Yeah,
I didn't write Bleep in my notes.
You should have.
Wow.
It really, like, two things. It's crazy that I obviously they're out in the quarterfinals, but like he went there and he did what he was supposed to do. He scored the goals in both legs.
He scored his game. No one can say he didn't do his job. He did his job.
Juventus bought him to score goals in Champions League. Really, for real. That's what they bought him for. Yeah. And he did it, and like nobody else showed up.
What more can you do?
Yeah, seriously, like you scored the goals. Like you want to score more goals, but like he's the one that scored the goals when they counted. And also, it must really suck for him to like play with players that aren't as intense as he is.
That must be infuriating.
Like I'm sure, like for him, just like Kobe Bryant, who I compare them to a lot. It probably just really sucks because you're like, yo, like I care so much, and I just feel like you don't. And I feel like that's probably how he was with Bale. Like, yo, like
it probably just became a tipping point for him in reality. Like I just can't do this.
Yeah, and especially after
to win 3,
and especially probably after the Champions League final against Liverpool, and you hear Bale talking about that's why I should be playing more. And he's like,
that's not really what matters.
He's probably like, I don't want to be around this guy no more. Like I'm done.
Yeah.
But like even with Juve, like he's probably just like, I need somebody, and maybe like Bonucci or Chiellini or like that. But you need somebody that's like a goal scorer. You need somebody going forward that's like as intense as you are.
Yeah.
But maybe it's not.
It's hard to find though.
Yeah, that's true.
You can't just pick anybody up.
That's true. He's a very focused guy, and maybe whatever. But it sucks because I don't think that's the reason they lost necessarily. I think it just seems, I didn't watch the game, but it seems like they just got beat by a better team ultimately. But it's just you don't really think that Ajax is a better team than them.
No, and Ajax is a better team than them. They're solid everywhere. Like, and when they go forward, you're like, look, everybody gets that ball and they're cool with the ball. Like, no one's just like, oh god, like, or awkward or shooting the fast. They like, and you have a guy who likes to be trigger happy, and it's perfect. Yeah. Like, they complain about him on the commentators all the time. They'll be like, oh, like, hey, like, sometimes he's inconsistent. Like, that's perfect.
You mean Zayek, right?
Yeah, they're like, that's perfect. I'm so happy he's like that because it makes your offense actually flow. Because a lot of those guys are too passy. They're too passy, and he's not, and it's great. I'm like, that's what you need.
And sometimes that's been my criticism of Manchester City. Like it's like you gotta stop passing, shoot the rock.
He doesn't care where it is, left, right, back, 33-pointer. He's gonna launch it. I'm down.
Yeah,
because the goalie's just like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, exactly. if you get the ball on frame, I mean, we've seen like that. Yeah. Work for Rashford against PSG, and we saw it work for Bale last year against Liverpool.
Do it, man. Let it go.
Shoot it on target. That's what I said.
Never know what can happen.
Yeah. All right, Caesar. Boy, let's get into the City versus Tottenham game. This is the first time that I had to literally use 2 pages here.
Because you're the person that goes in the back of the paper.
Well, yeah, that's true. And then usually, like, I'll do them here, and I can like fit them in here.
Can do it.
But I got down here. It's only the 73rd minute.
Jesus Christ!
So I had to go next page.
I'm excited because I only watched 15 minutes. So go ahead.
You watched a great part. Okay, Manchester.
I mean, the beginning was like 4 goals, right?
True, but you still watched the intense part too. Okay. Manchester City versus Tottenham Hotspur in Manchester. Your boy Bernardo Silva is back, and your favorite left back Mendy started.
Oh no!
And obviously Harry Kane is injured. Lucas Moura started up top with Son.
Sonaldo?
Yes, they stole that from us.
They did.
Let's see Benjamin Mendy's game today. Let's see. I haven't seen him play in a while. Let's see if he's got anything. Caesar, like, usually, obviously, I'm doing notes and I'm doing notes in between stuff. But this game was so turned up in the beginning. Like, all my notes in the beginning are goals. 4th minute goal, Sterling found by KDB. Good plays by Sergio Aguero. Like, he control. I think KDB passed it to him. He had to fight for that control. He got it back to KDB. KDB found Sterling. Sterling put it in, right-footed curler in the top corner. The announcers kept talking after Sterling scored that goal. The announcers kept talking about how much he's improved. I'm like, yeah, like, he's improved under Pep. His game has changed a little bit, but I'm like, yo, he's been Raheem Sterling. I'm like, dog, like, y'all are kind of like, I'm like, yo, like, he's been a baller, dude. Like, they're kind of like not giving him his credit.
I wouldn't just all the way give credit to his game to Pep. No, it's like easy to do that. I'm like, dog, give the credit to him for like,
because
he was kind of doing his thing.
Yeah, and he's the one that's got to improve. It's not like Pep makes him better.
Liverpool, he was pretty balling too.
And even like last year, he had a crazy. He's like, oh, he's improved so much this season. I'm like, what are you talking? Like, I know what you guys are doing. I know what you're doing, and there's some more of that later too. 7th minute. Goal, Son, holy shit. Motorsport Laporte literally laid it off for Son in the back line. Like, literally laid it off for him. That was supposed to be some kind of clearance. Laid it off. Investigate Motorsport Laporte.
Why, dog? He's Basque.
7th minute. So that was in 7th minute. So now City needs 2 goals. And I put that it's character time. 10th minute. Goal, Son. Another horrible Motorsport Laporte mistake. Please investigate. That rhymes. So Son scores another goal. It's a horrible Motorsport Laporte mistake. Crazy. But, wow. 11th minute. Goal. Bernardo Silva. I'm done. Kuhn assisted
This is when my game was so boring.
Yeah. Kuhn assisted it. Deflected off of Danny Rose. So right now it's 2-2 in the game. City need 4 goals total now. 15th minute, I put the game is kind of calming down. 21st minute, this is the second time that Kyle Walker has drove down, dribbled the ball down, and Wanyama had to foul him. The second time. So Wanyama fouls him. They take a quick free kick. Sterling ends up getting another goal. It was a beautiful cross by Kevin De Bruyne. I can't remember who started off that free kick quickly. It might have been David Silva. I kind of can't remember, but I think it was David Silva. Then it went to Bernardo Silva, who got it to KDB, I think. KDB crossed it right in front of the goal. Sterling is there for like not necessarily a tap in, but he's able to like tap it in his left foot. But not it wasn't easy though.
Okay.
Wild company after that I put that company looks like he can be taken advantage of.
Whoa.
After that also Son goes to the left. He was playing kind of centrally before that, and he's like now shifted to the left. And I credit Pochettino for making that change. Then after that, it was so annoying. The announcers are talking about Son, and they're talking about like, when people think about Tottenham, like Son is just finally shining, getting his shine. Because before, like when you would talk about, and then they're talking about because Harry Kane's injured. There's like before you talk about Tottenham, you're talking about Harry Kane, you're talking about Eriksen, you're talking about Dele Alli. You don't really get to talk about Son that much, and so he gets to be kind of under the radar. I'm like, like this is literally like I don't want to say the R word, like I don't want to say that, but I'm like that's ridiculous. Ain't nobody on earth think that Dele Alli is more dangerous than Son. Well, nobody.
EPL people do.
No, but I don't even think they do. But these guys are just because he's British.
Yeah, that's kind of fair. They do like to lean towards their countrymen a lot.
They do duty. So much. I'm like, dude.
Son is crazy
good.
Son
is so good. I'm like, dog. Like he's literally like Harry Kane is a really good player. Harry Kane is one of the better passers of the ball in EPL. Like he's dimers all day. Yeah. But like, he
drops some little smooth. Like
he's really good. Like, there's a lot of things about his game where it's like he's really silky and good. But who's like the real danger man? Like with the ball at his feet, running at defenders, is literally only Son.
Well, like Eriksen is too.
But Eriksen's a midfielder though, so it's like he's good.
You talking about like attacker? Yeah,
like an attacker. Sure. Because even Harry Kane is back a little bit too. Mm-hmm. In the box, he gets a lot of headers and stuff like that, but he kind of retreats back.
Son is very dangerous.
It was. I couldn't believe they were like actually talking about that.
That's Germany.
They were actually talking about that. I'm like, dog, the Dele Alli's literally like regular. Like he's not even good.
Sometimes he's super deep too.
And honestly, like I'm like Dele Alli's not even athletic for real. Like it's Fugazi. Like for real. 30th minute, it looks like City's going to score again. 37th minute, Sissoko's down injured. He came back in the game in 39th minute. Then he sat down again, and he's off the game. Llorente comes on for Sissoko.
Jesus Christ! You say Llorente?
Yeah, Llorente came on, and I guess now like Dele Alli's going to play as a number 10 basically. Motorsport Report had a really bad first half. 42nd minute, he passed another ball out of bounds. 50th minute, should have been a penalty on Danny Rose. So what happened was somebody shot the ball. Oh, it was Sterling ends up shooting the ball. Hugo Lloris saves it. Bernardo Silva's running in to like tap in the rebound. Danny Rose literally drags him down from the behind. Literally drags. He's like on the side of him, but he drags him down. Bernardo Silva's like this. Nothing happens. It was an obvious penalty, dude. Obvious. Bernardo Silva is literally like right there, gonna just tap that ball in. He's right in front of the net, and they didn't call it. No VAR, no nothing, and they didn't show a replay either.
Wow, they've been playing on the replay.
Oh, actually, you know what? I take that back. They did show a replay. But they showed the save, like Hugo Lloris' save on Sterling, but then right after that, you see the Bernardo Silva thing. They probably cut it away real quick. 54th minute, there was a great save by Lloris on KDB. I put this is obviously in the second half now. I put that City's knocking on the door. Yellow card Danny Rose at some point. They didn't even say when. 59th minute. Honestly, they were like, "Oh, Danny Rose did get a yellow card." I'm like, "But when did that happen? Can y'all show the ref giving him the card?" Jeez. 59th minute, go Kun Aguero. Nice run by KDB. Lays it off for Kun Aguero, who rifles it near post. Hugo Lloris probably should have. If Hugo Lloris was just like literally like one of the dudes from Wild Boys or like Jackass, he could have been able to save that. But you got to be like so fearless to get in front of that ball. It was if he was Steve-O, he would have saved that.
No one in history ever said that if Hugo Lloris was like one of the Wild Boys, or if he was Steve-O, he would have been able to save the
If
ball.
he was Steve-O, he would have saved that. But it was coming so fast.
He was Evel Knievel?
He was probably like, oh man.
If he was Bam Margera?
Yeah, exactly. Rest in peace. Didn't he die?
No,
I'm not
sure.
Alive. Oh, okay. But yeah,
his friend is.
It was a great shot, and he put it in there. Kun Aguero scores. So City is now they're up, like they're advancing now in the 59th minute.
It was 4-3, right?
I think so. They're advancing now, and honestly, it looks like they're going to score again. 63rd minute, Fernandinho comes on for David Silva. I did not necessarily like that because now it's like you're going kind of defensive shape because Gundogan is already in there.
Yeah, but you have KDB too, though.
Yeah, but I just honestly I didn't really like it.
You don't want to. You want to keep pressing the gas.
Yes, I'm like I don't really want a defensive kind of thing yet.
Yeah, especially sometimes I think that like that's. I don't want to say it's Pep overthinking, but it's one of those things where, especially with these teams like Tottenham and like Man City, like. I'd rather take advantage of a team trying to push the score.
Yeah.
And them pushing the score catches them off guard.
Yeah, exactly. Because I feel like, and I also feel
it happens a lot in soccer, where these teams push the score, put numbers in the box, and a counterattack with these guys they have on that team. Those counterattacks can murder you on a counterattack.
Yeah, and I feel like you're showing your hand.
Yeah, very much.
You're showing your hand now. You're showing that like we're doing a defensive thing now, and not necessarily that Tottenham really took advantage of that so much. But
you like Fernandinho though.
I do like Fernandinho. He's a good player. But, like, you're showing your hand now. You got two more defensive-minded kind of guys in there. Because in the first leg, you started both of them together. Oh wait, no. Or did... I can't remember. Whatever. Anyway, so, 63rd minute, Fernandinho came on for David Silva. Holy shit, I forgot Lucas Moura was even playing.
Oh, what? He is?
Yeah, he started. I forgot. I literally forgot about him. I was like, oh, yeah, Lucas is playing.
Hey, still got pairs.
Now, 73rd minute, goal, Llorente. Goes to VAR. We're looking at VAR. Did it come off his hand? I'm like, no, it didn't come off his hand. It came off his body, and it's a goal. Goes to VAR, and they're saying that it is a goal, and it stands. Now, I did see something on Twitter, like right before we recorded, that said that apparently, because they're saying, I saw something on the that Spanish, it was AS English, like the AS stuff.
English,
yeah. Apparently, like, according to the actual rules of UEFA or whatever, like because it did hit his hand, it was supposed to be a handball, but they didn't end up calling it. I actually didn't really feel like it hit his hand, but whatever. The goal stood anyway. But we'll see what happens.
Controversial game.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. So that was 73rd minute. I put the City need to put in Sane for Gundogan right now. I'm like, do it right now, dog. Like, right now, while they're reviewing this thing, like, put in Sane for Gundogan right now. 77th minute, Wanyama got a yellow card. This ref was letting a lot of stuff go. Also, I put after that Dele Alli has done nothing all game. Right after that, I put in all caps, handwriting, bring in Sane.
Please. You're crying for him to come in the field.
82nd.
That game would have been turned to be at.
82nd minute, Davies comes on for Lucas. 84th minute.
Oh, Ben Davies.
84th minute, Sane comes on for Mendy. I'm like, 84th minute? That's kind of late, bruh.
That's kind of late, bruh. That is late.
90th minute, Davinson Sanchez comes on for Danny Rose. 93rd minute, extra time of the game. Oh my God, goal Sterling. I
screamed when I saw that.
Holy shit.
I screamed.
I was like...
That was for Nipsey.
I was like, go Sterling.
That was for Nipsey
Hussle. Offside on Kuhn. I seen Pep Guardiola take his jacket off. I was like, he's going to fight somebody.
Yeah, he did. I just want to say also, I was really happy when he scored that because did you see Kuhn's touch? Oh my God.
Oh, the header down? Yeah.
What a goon.
To be honest with you, they didn't even show a replay.
I didn't even know. I didn't even see what happened.
They didn't show a replay. They probably showed it after the game, but like, but I guess they went to VAR or whatever. But I did not see a replay of that.
I don't trust VAR.
I don't either. But I'm assuming it was offside, whatever. But I didn't see it because the ball came off of Bernardo Silva. It was really dope for Bernardo Silva to get a touch on that pass and then end up flicking over to Kuhn. It bounced. Kuhn put it down with his head.
That was dope.
Got it to Sterling. Sterling
Did you
got
see
it
the offside? I didn't even see it.
I didn't see it either.
I was like, what offsides?
I mean, just because I didn't see it. But I'm assuming that it was true. But I did not see it personally. But that was crazy. It was like...
That goal was like, oh my God.
It was wild. And honestly, I felt like they could score after.
I was like, when you scored that goal, you just got to go to Real Madrid right now.
Yeah, shit.
Like, you scored that goal, you got to just sign him. You'd be like, Hazard, cancel text.
Yeah, seriously.
Like, all you got to do is just unmatch him and then block him and just be like, Raheem, I'm ready for you.
Yeah, we got 4. We got to do 4 years younger than Hazard.
Like that was like wow, those guys like please you guys finally see what we're talking about here?
Yeah, seriously.
That was for Nipsey. Take it away.
Sadly, it was taken away, and then the game ends 4-3 City, but Tottenham do advance on the away goals rule. I did see some people talking about away goals is annoying. They should get rid of it. It's antiquated. I do like the away goals rule personally because it makes it like more high stakes. Like it makes it more exciting to me.
Yeah, and I think that one thing the commentator brought up an extra point.
Extra time.
I know you do. You're anti-extra
I'm so
time.
anti-extra time.
I have a question for you that the commentator brought up. That was a good question. What do you think about the commentator saying there's a lot of criticism? One of the big criticisms about VAR is that when calls are overturned, there's no announcement. They just say no goal and they walk off. Like the crowd doesn't know what's going on in the game.
Well, they see the ref, like they see.
Yeah, but they don't know like what. Like you don't see like offside. They just say no goal and they walk off. You don't really know what's going on. What do you think about that?
Honestly, like you
think they should at least show on the teleprompter? Like
I don't. So that's another thing. Like I don't know what they show up there.
They showed one time like VR no goal. That's all they show.
I don't think that they should show replays on like the big screens in stadiums.
Yeah, make people mad, dog.
Yeah, I don't think they should do that. I don't even like that in football. Like in American football, I'm like, don't show it up there, dude.
Yeah, and then when they do that too, like especially people can't see that well, and they start getting mad about it too. When you show that, but then you're not allowing refs to use it. What's the point? Remember they were doing that for every show on replays?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, but the ref can't use it. And like you see the player be like, dog, it's right there. Yeah. He punched me in the face.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, it's
I can't see it.
But I don't know if they do that in
so
soccer.
Weird.
But
they do that in soccer. You can't use it.
Yeah. Well, now they got VAR, but I don't know. I mean, I don't really like VAR personally, but I mean, whatever. It's here to stay. But
yeah, we tried fighting it already.
Yeah, it's an imperfect system, but I just, for me, simply put, if people don't remember what I said before, simply put, I would rather it be a human mistake by somebody on the pitch.
Yeah.
Then it be a mistake by some people in a booth somewhere, because then I'm not gonna necessarily question a ref on the pitch. You're using your judgment, and the game moves fast. But if you're making the wrong call and you're up there, then I might have to assume you're cheating.
Yeah, I'm like, what's really going on here? If the guy in the booth watching the replays getting it wrong, and I see it on my couch eating Cheetos,
like for real. And also, going back, I remember, I think it was the second leg of the Copa del Rey, Real Madrid versus Barcelona, and there was a penalty on Vinicius Jr. by Semedo. And I was like, yo, like he literally stepped on his foot in the box. Like, how are you not calling that? Like, you're going to VAR, I guess, right? Like, for me, I'm like, if there's a player in the box that falls down and there looks like there's contact, you got to go to VAR.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, you just got to do it.
Yeah.
And whatever, I don't know. Another thing about VAR too is like, what are they going to do about plays in the box that's a penalty necessarily, but the player doesn't go down? Because very rarely, I've seen players get like fouled in the box. It's a foul, but they don't go down. I'm like, if the guy would have gone down, it'd be a penalty. We've had this debate before on the show. If the guy went down, it'd be a penalty. But if he stays up, like, is it a penalty now?
There's that clip they show of that's like viral on Instagram where that Barcelona girl's like getting fouled by everybody, and then she scores the goal, and she gets fouled in the box too, and she scores and like, oh, this is how women's league is. I'm like, damn, like, what if she
call the penalty?
Yeah, what if she missed it? Like, is that penalty still going to count? Because usually when you shoot it after, they don't call anymore. They're just like, oh, the play went.
If you get fouled in the box, you don't go down. They do not call a penalty.
Yeah, they'll be like, oh, hey, don't worry, I got you, dog.
Yeah, and honestly, and that's one of the big flaws in soccer, I think, and that's what, like...
And for most diving, though.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, because we've debated this before, not debated, but we talked about this before. It's like, yeah, if somebody in soccer... If you get fouled, not so much in the field,
get tapped, but if you're getting dragged or something,
you gotta go down. You gotta go.
They're not
down.
gonna give it to you.
They're not gonna give you jack.
So many,
and
players
you're gonna end up missing a shot. Yeah. When you could have gotten the foul called, and then that's your fault. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So starting, I think it's the 30th or 29th of April. The semifinals of Champions League, we got Ajax versus Tottenham, I think, and then Barcelona versus Liverpool. I'm pretty sure that's
Barcelona got lucky. Tell you that much.
Why?
Barcelona got lucky they didn't run into Ajax. Because I was watching the Ajax game, I was thinking they could really do some nasty to Barcelona.
Yeah,
they like
maybe they'll meet in the final.
Yeah, and no, I'm picking Ajax. I'm gonna keep it real with you. With Ajax, I was like, dog, like they can definitely like they're dangerous.
Do they look like they can outplay Barcelona?
Absolutely, I think they can.
Barcelona doesn't look like
because I mean, like you see Barcelona that everybody talks about, but you've seen Barcelona very much, and you know what they're more on the regular than it is like what you see when it's embellished. You know, like how like often people just talk on the hype train, but
Barcelona doesn't look special.
No, they don't.
Messi looks special, but Barcelona doesn't look special.
Ajax is one of those teams where it's like, look, like Barcelona isn't the Barcelona of old.
No,
Barcelona of old, I'd be like, that's cute what Ajax is doing, but everybody you have is trying to get to the level of these guys.
Yeah.
Like so you're gonna have a hard time beating the guys who they were you before. Yeah. Like that's whatever. But like this team, like you keep playing around.
So you're picking them over Tottenham?
Yeah, I am.
All right, we'll see.
The only thing about the Tottenham game that's interesting is like with the Ajax against against Real Madrid or against you or against Bleep or against Bayern, it's like they're like, of course they're prepared for them, but it's just different. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like there's a different feel. They're the young team going in. With Tottenham, it's kind of Tottenham's an unknown variable, kind of. So it can just kind of happen. It can get it cracking. And some of those teams don't do well in chaos. And Tottenham might still get it cracking.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, I mean, okay, so going back to Man City versus Tottenham, it's interesting to see that Pep has gone out 2 years in a row to a EPL team.
Really weird.
But like, there's something to the EPL football. Like, it's funny too because he went out to an EPL goal. Like, Llorente getting like a header, like it wasn't even a header, just like a body goal. That's like an EPL type of goal. And sometimes that a little bit of chaotic kind of like, we're not trying to really play football. We're trying to just like, we can kind of long ball it. And these guys aren't really like footballers, but I hate to go back, but I remember watching some time ago. I think it was Ireland versus Wales. And I remember watching Wales. I'm like, damn, these guys are they're playing football. Ireland's playing for real, just like Long Ball United, and they end up winning. Like,
it happens.
It happens like that sometimes. Like sometimes you're trying to play football, and the other guys just like end up getting goals while you're trying to play football.
Oh, just know that we are the original Ronaldo, Son comparison guys.
Oh yeah, big
all
facts.
the time. And on that one play where it was like at the end of the game against Tottenham and Man City, Son had that open pass. He shot at the end of the game. I don't know if you remember it.
On his left foot?
It was on his right foot coming across the goalie.
Okay.
He like shot it, and he was like on his kind of tiptoes, and his body kind of did like, I was like, yo, that was so Ronaldo. Like the way he shot it, I was like, that was so Ronaldo to be like super upright and shoot it and like be kind of falling over. I was like, that literally looks like Ronaldo out there.
He had a left foot shot in the game where I think he did like a step over and shot with his left foot. It was like very Ronaldo too. And it was funny because I think the announcer said something about like, oh, you wouldn't think he'd shoot it from there, and probably not, but it wasn't that far away from being a goal. But yeah, he does have that Ronaldo skill set, and it's a shame that people won't say that because he's Asian.
Yeah,
I say
big facts.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not for him to become the best player in the world. That'd be cool.
He could be.
Yeah.
Okay, it's gonna be hard to transition out of them Champions League recaps, but I almost want to skip this PSG stuff, but I just want to talk about it a little bit because I gotta get at Dani Alves a little bit. But PSG has not won their last 3 games. They drew 2-2 to Strasbourg. They lost.
German team.
They lost 5-1 to Lille, and then today, Wednesday,
that's crazy.
They
5
lost.
Is crazy.
Yeah, they lost 3-2 today to Nantes. The lamest thing in the world, like. Don't call yourself a big team when you're playing on the same day as the second leg of the quarterfinals.
Oh, yeah, that's rough.
Like, you're playing today.
When you told me, I was like, wait, they're playing today? Like, what are you doing?
I know it's because of Yellow Vest protests, your games got rescheduled, but, like, I'm sorry, dog. Like, you're lame if you're playing today. Like, nobody's caring about this game. And then you lost. It was really annoying to me because...
They sneaky lost because everybody's watching Champions League.
You feel me? But I caught it. I was gonna go way deeper into this, but it's like we've already been doing recaps for an hour. So after the 5-1 loss to Lille, they got Bernat got a red card, and they were down 10 men. Mbappe said something about like the team lacking personality. Bless you, buddy. All right.
Sorry, everybody. Human.
Mbappe said something about the team lacking personality, and then Tuchel disagreed with him or whatever. Tuchel talked about like not having enough players, like for the Lille game. Now I took screenshots of the starting lineup and the subs for the Lille game. You got some weird formation, I guess. Who knows if this is the real formation? It might not be. But you got Juan Bernat, Kimpembe, Thiago Silva, and Dagba, and Meunier. So between those 5, you have a left back, 2 center backs, and a right back. Okay.
It's a weird formation.
This is weird. Now, I'm just saying this if you want to play a 4-3-3. If you want to play a 4-3-3, which I feel like generally like a team like this is your best formation. You also got Verratti and Paredes, but then you also got you could put in the midfield Dani Alves if you wanted to. If you wanted to play that 4-3-3, you also got I'm sorry, not Dani Alves, Julian Draxler, who will be playing on the left in the midfield too. And then you got Mbappe, and then you got what's his name, Choupo-Moting, and you got Nkunku. I'm like, dog,
what's going on out here?
I'm like, dog, like you had enough players to play like a real formation here with like a solid team. I'm like, you're out here. Caesar, I went back and listened to our PSG Man U, and you said he's tinkering.
He's a little tinker.
And I also
hate that. He's like a little. He's micromanaging.
And I said that these coaches want to feel like a genius. Like, let me do something weird, and if we win, I look cool. It's like, no. All you got to do is play the best players in their best position. That's all you got to do.
No, for sure. Like we talked about it before in that show too. Like for example, let's take Real Madrid. Let's say all the midfielders are injured. A lot of them are, but you have 2 left backs, and you go, let me put Marcel a little bit in the midfield, and I put someone on the left back and see how it goes. That's fine. But when you're doing all this moving, that's the too much sauce.
Yeah, when you have players, it's not.
I'm dying right now. I feel it in my head. I'm dying. I got attacked right now.
I don't know why you're screaming at me. I didn't do it to you. He's playing this weird formation. You're putting all these players out there, and it's like, dog, you didn't have to do that. You got Verratti, Paredes, and Draxler that can play in the midfield. That's gonna look funny. And you got Mbappe, and you got Choupo-Moting, you got Nkunku. Those are all forwards. You can play a nice 4-2-3 and get it cracking. You got. Then there were some injuries in the game. People had to come out, but it's like, dog, like you lost 5-1 because you're playing games. Then you mess around and you play against Nantes, and like some more people are injured or whatever, and you lost again. Against Nantes it was a little more wild because there was like more players out and Mbappe didn't play.
Jesus.
But because I think like they were saying like if he got a yellow card he would miss the French Cup final, I think. So they were like, okay, let's make sure he doesn't get a yellow card. Whatever, that makes sense.
Where's Cavani at?
That's another thing too. I'm just like, okay, it just doesn't make any sense to me. How come he came in the Man U second leg? If he's injured,
you got questions.
Like, honestly, like
he could have came in and didn't realize how bad it was.
Okay, let me just.
I'm dying. Stop attacking me.
Yeah, I'm not attacking you, but you're really loud though.
I'm trying my best. I'm gonna walk away in a minute.
Here, put this on your face. When you got to sniff, there you go. See if you actually cared about the podcast.
I didn't know.
That. Yeah, Dr. Bam in the building. It just blows my mind that like Cavani was the one that come off the bench in the second leg against Man U, and it wasn't Choupo-Moting, but he hasn't played since then. He has not dressed since that game.
Okay,
but here's the thing. Now I'm gonna get in on Dani Alves after I say this. I know what's going on at PSG since they got out of Champions League and before that. It's the Mbappe show. They want to make sure they get Mbappe all the goals and all the chances. Honestly, like that's what's going on.
But it's not even like I don't think he's enjoying this right now.
Who?
Mbappe.
Who knows? But like you're gonna enjoy winning the scoring title, different things like that.
I'm good.
But like it's
annoying today.
Me? You've been doing a lot today.
That's all you do.
You've been doing a lot. Okay.
You're being loud.
Yeah, you're screaming at your
You're
boy.
screaming.
Okay. It's been the Mbappe show. It's like, let's try to get Mbappe all the goals. I don't know if that's going to work out for them. I don't know, but we'll see. But it's kind of been like, maybe Neymar's going to leave, so let's just try to make sure Mbappe gets like all the goals and he'll stay here. Now, here's what Dani Alves said the other day, like last week. Dani Alves on a French radio station, and he was saying that The club should have paid more attention to his advice due to his experience at the highest levels of football. Let me tell you what this dude said. He said, I don't want to big myself up, but I know how to win and I know how to lose. When I say something, it should be followed. And not because I know more than the rest, no, but because I've already gone through it. He said, perhaps you should listen to someone who has already gone through this and base yourself in their experience. I've already won everything, and I'm talking about what I've experienced and what I learned. He also talked about like the players in the team. He said that Neymar is surrounded by other players that don't understand him.
Oh my God.
He said that Neymar is someone that you need to have on the field all the time because he gives you what you don't have.
He's injured.
You give him the ball and he already knows what to do. Neymar is a footballer that makes people come to the stadium. When I pay for a ticket, I pay to see a show, and people want to see a show. But he said something about like Neymar is kind of like a player similar to Messi, like in that.
Yeah, I remember that.
Now, here's what I gotta say.
Uh-oh.
Dani Alves.
Uh-oh.
Last year.
Dani Alves.
Yeah. Last year. Two things last season. Let me just take it back one season. Two things last season. Last season, I saw Max Gradel run by you with the ball. I saw that. I saw Max Gradel.
That was an episode.
Playing for Toulouse and run past you while dribbling. Then I also saw in the second leg in the Champions League round of 16 against Real Madrid.
18 months later when you came back.
100 years. Against Real Madrid. I saw you, Dani Alves, be the worst player on the pitch. Absolutely. And I saw Ronaldo destroy you.
I was like, oh, and Dani Alves is nice.
And y'all are like the same age. And I seen Ronaldo destroy you.
Yeah, that's supposed to be a battle.
Yeah, I seen Ronaldo destroy you that game. Second leg, Real Madrid, you were the worst player on the pitch. Okay, let's bring it to this season. Dani Alves played both legs against Manchester United. They didn't win. They did not win. They did not win. Y'all lost. Dani Alves is out there the whole time. And against Lille and against Nantes, this 5-1 loss, PSG's worst loss since the year 2000.
Holy crap, yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah. And also, this game today, they lost 3-2 to Nantes. Dani Alves, he scored a goal today, or maybe two. No, he scored a goal. He scored one goal today. It was a cool goal. You were out there the whole game, all these games, and y'all lost. I think, actually, if they were to listen to you and you were humble enough, you would have said to Shell in the Man U legs, why don't you not put me in? Actually, why don't you not put in somebody that's younger and faster and hungrier than me? Because obviously, with you in the game, y'all ain't done jack. Actually,
you know what my thing is? Don't come over here talking about I have experience. You don't have experience. You don't sit behind the desk. You don't talk behind the desk. You don't do the logistics.
Yeah,
you don't do the numbers. And you know what I really bet? I bet you don't even read your own contract. You don't do this, dog. So quit fronting on the radio, because you know what the last thing corporate PSG is doing? Is going, hey, Dani Alves, what do you think we should do with all your vast experience? You know what your experience is going to say? What are you going to say? Oh, put more players on Neymar that like Neymar
and start me.
Yeah, literally, I would have hung up that phone call when it said start him. Hang up. Like that's not what I'm here for.
Yeah, if he had any kind of humility, he'd be like, start somebody else.
If you came in there and you did a whole breakdown of what the plan should be the next 5 years, that's dope. That's gangster. If you did a Project Monaco, that's different. But that's not what you're talking about. You're talking about doing some FIFA moves on the video game where you just acquire players, send bids, and put them on your team. It don't work like that. You don't know. Like, you can play all these teams all your life. You played at Juve 1 year, then you flamed out and dipped. Yeah, so let's stop fronting about your life right here, okay?
I'm just like, look, Dani Alves, like, if you were humble, you would say that I'm not the one that should be out there playing for this team because we'd probably do better without me.
Against the Real Madrid series, you should have said maybe you should start Mounier.
And also in this Nantes game, I saw at the halftime Dani Alves like talking to the players, trying to like tell them stuff. Y'all just went out there and lost. It didn't work.
Oh, like, did your tinkering help too?
Yeah. Like he's the one, he's like, oh, doing this and telling everybody, and they're kind of just like, okay, maybe they're listening, but it didn't work. You still lost, bruh. So like,
don't try to make yourself as the dude, but then like you don't put out the results for the dude. You know what I mean?
Like, listen to
I just don't like when he's like, I had experience. Like, that's like me saying I've had experience working in this field for a long time. But then when I say, oh, but have you ever like overseen staff? Like, no. Then dog, you may have been in the trenches, but you never told anybody in the trenches how to do it or like know how to strategize or anything. Like, there's two different sides in life. There's when you're on this side of the desk and you're on this side of the desk. You can always go and enter and learn, but you can't say like you've been doing this. Like, you're coming at this in the radio station, acting like you've been this guy, and it's a damn shame to have it come to you yet. Like, that tells me you're kind of disrespecting the club. You're disrespecting the club. You're disrespecting people that are signing you a check that's way too damn high for what you do out there. There's some young dudes out there in that PSG Academy that can probably damn sure do what you do on the regular. On the regular, especially Meunier.
I mean, whatever about Meunier, but
it's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just ridiculous.
It's just a shame. And honestly, like, I mean, I hate to cape for this guy, but like, it really sucks because they talk about PSG's lack of leadership and they say the personality. I'm like, dog, like, there's a guy there that has that, and his name is Edison Cavani, dude. Like, honestly. Like, I'm like, I know. It really sucks because they just write him off because he's boring, basically. And I'm like, dog, like, I will never forget that 6-1 thrashing that they took to Barcelona. The guy that was out there grinding was Cavani. He scored that goal, and he's going hard, and he's the one that
that forever sweaty long hair.
And he like, you
playing defense down at the 80th minute mark. It was like 6-1, and he was still in that back line playing defense. I'm like, Jesus Christ, you're not going to score 5, but he's like, I'm still gonna play.
I seen the number 9 for PSG run all the way back and make a sliding defensive play in the other team's box, and then run back and score a goal. Like,
that's beautiful.
You're not going to sit there and tell me like there's nobody with that personality, but it's just the sad part is. Because of the personalities there, and because I think a part of the PSG, I think what it actually is, and we talked about this before too, is that I think that PSG has to overpay and it has to like coddle players to get them to come there, because it's not like a luxurious league. But Paris has a lot to offer, and Paris, like, playing for
a lot of potential too.
Paris as a city and as a club, like, you're living the good life being there. But I think they gotta like be like, hey, we'll pay you like double what they'll pay. You know what I mean? But I think with that, it means like the players get a certain amount of power, and like it doesn't seem like the coach or the manager really gets to like have control of the team the way they want. And I think bringing in Neymar too, like, that's a big personality, and I think that they've also done that to Mbappe. Nobody want to talk about it. I did see Mbappe take that penalty away from Di Maria when Di Maria wanted to get his hat trick. I'm not going to forget that. So they might be gassing him too now.
Yeah.
So like, it's your team now.
He's probably like, either you do this or I'm pretty much out of here.
I don't know.
I'm not mad. I know you don't know. I know you don't know. No, but we're not assuming either. But it's a possibility.
It's a possibility.
And I'm like not crazy mad at it. Go ahead.
I mean, I would hate that if he said that, but he's 19. He's young. And
I'm not mad at it because he's 19. I already know. But you know what happens when you get this young age? You just have going this hard.
But when you gas somebody, that's what'll happen.
Yeah.
And if you gas them, if you're like, oh, it's all yours. He might be like, well, I want to get all the goals. Yeah. Don't put Cavani back in because I want to get the goals. He might say that. Whew. He might be like, no, like, come on, I want to play center forward and just kind of like get all the goals. I want to score 30 this season. But anyway, jeez, huh? How many does he have? Yeah. He's up there. He's leading the league. He's 25, 27 or something like that. He's up there. Okay, Caesar. Man, this episode is mad long. We'll see how long it ends up. What? Nothing. Go ahead and say it.
I don't say it's going to sound kind of questionable.
Something about your butt?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I could tell.
It's crazy right now.
I could tell. Well, you had a long daggone Juve joint.
I get attacked right now for doing my yob?
Stupid. Okay, Caesar. Sadly, this issue, like, we've talked about it before in different instances and different situations. What's going on with this page? Please load. Okay, you don't want to load, and that's annoying. I'm not trying to talk about this because I got like the answer. Like, I don't have the answer for this situation. I don't know how it's going to be fixed. but I like to talk about it to kind of put it on record, and also like if nobody's gonna like bring it up in like the talking media, I want to be one of the people that actually do that, because obviously these things get written about.
Big facts.
But women's Canadian soccer team has been jolted by allegations of abuse, manipulation, inappropriate behavior. You okay? You okay? Inappropriate behavior by an elite coach towards players involved with the junior national team in one of the country's most prominent professional clubs, that being the Vancouver Whitecaps. I just want to say these articles are in The Guardian. If you just look up Canadian soccer abuse in The Guardian, Matthew Hall did write. I think he wrote both of these articles.
Matthew Hall?
Yeah.
We're familiar.
We follow each other on the We Made It Twitter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he wrote both of these articles. One came out April 16th and one came out April 11th. Two long, detailed articles about things that happened in the women's Canadian soccer. There was a coach. They're both really long articles, and since it's kind of like we've already spent a lot of time in the episode, I want to like go through everything. But Eden Hangwing is her name, said, I watched what was a very professional environment created by the previous coach, changing something extremely toxic and confusing. They're talking about a coach named Bob Berarda, who was a coach for a very long time. I read the article before, but I kind of forgot some of the issues because there was two of them, and I'm trying to like not mix them both together. But it was some inappropriate things, like talking sexually to the players and like what inviting to the women's players on the national team, and I think for like the under 20s and things like that. I don't know about any, and then also like on the Whitecaps as well.
Whitecaps male team?
Whitecaps women's team.
Oh, okay. So I was getting confused by that part.
Yeah, sorry. Telling players like to come meet him at his apartment and like different things that made some of the players uncomfortable. Once again, I want to tell everybody like read the articles. Like they're really good, and we talked about this in Argentina. We talked about it in the UK. We talked about Atletico Madrid. We've talked many times about how the coaches and the academies need to be responsible for the players. But what happened, just like what happened in the USA Gymnastics with Larry Nassar, and I hate to say it like this, what happens in the Catholic Church as well a lot. What happens is there's a person who is like accused of certain things, and there's probably evidence for it too. And what they do is be like, oh, we want to just brush it under the rug. It's a culture of cover-ups. And then what they do is just move the person somewhere else. And I think what happened with this guy is like he had done these things and like they kind of got him out of one space, and then somebody came and they like saw him in another space. Like, yo, what is this guy still doing around? Like this guy
the world is a smaller place than you can imagine.
Yeah, and also
especially in these positions.
And also like sadly, a lot of dudes. I know I'm being extra. A lot of the dudes don't really take these situations seriously, especially when it's like talking about women. But what I always say, and sadly, dudes don't take. Not all dudes. Some dudes don't take sexual assault and things serious when it comes to women. When it's like less than like penetration. They think about
they think that like just like being forcefully talking to somebody a lot, or just being
touching,
or even like kind of like trying to like go where they're going all the time, like stalking.
Yeah, they think that stuff. They don't really think of it as a big deal. But I always say, what if some dude did that to you?
I think that's that. What's funny? Over the years, we've talked about this for many years, and I think that's one of the best comparisons you always do. That's the one I think is very fair too. Whenever they talk about thinking that someone let's say we meet a woman at a bar, and then they think it's ridiculous that a woman's upset that the guy is like being really in there kind of close to them and not giving up and
touching them and not touching them
or doing like this or whatever, and then just being in their space and their bubble all the time and not getting away from it. And they're like, oh, but that's not what that is. That's just he's just trying to shoot his shot. And it's always, and I think it's great to be like, okay, but imagine if it was a guy bigger than you trying to shoot his shot at you, and then tell me if you're okay with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, no, like that's honestly like, what if it's some like what if you got a male coach?
I agree.
You got a coach. You're a soccer player. You got a coach, and he's saying suggestive things to you and inviting you here, and and one of the women mentioned this about feeling bullied. It's like, yeah, you're gonna feel like if I don't say yes, I'm not gonna play.
Yeah, especially when you do national team stuff. That's huge.
You're talking about your career and your life and your passion. Yeah. If you're gonna feel like if I don't be nice or like say yes, then I'm not gonna play.
And you know, I kind of forgot about because you kept going. But when you talk about you talk about the culture of cover up. It's a great reference because it's also like people really like to. It's really crazy to me that when it comes to like these situations with women. It's very easy for people to try to do like the let's wait and see for more stuff kind of all the time, or just like and I know it's you're using the card of like, oh, it's about, you know, not proving innocent to proving guilty, etc. But you know, it's I really just wish that energy was consistent across other crimes, because when it's child pornography or molestation or whatever or murder. People don't do that the same. But when it comes to like these kind of things towards women, I really feel like people always like to like try to give some males the benefit of the doubt, and that's really annoying to me because I'm like, hey, like why like and they say, well, a lot of people fake it. First of all, don't make statements that you have not looked at the statistics. That's not the case.
Actually, people don't report it.
People don't report it. Don't. It's like when people do those things like. People say, oh, like this town has the most suicides. You didn't look up the stats. You just went across like this fairy tale and you just kept going with this lie.
Everybody's saying Seattle has a high suicide rate. It's not. It's Las Vegas.
and then they say it and they go, oh, it makes sense. I'm like, yeah, look it up though before you start going around telling people. Because when you tell one person, they might tell 10 people.
It's the baller home of Sean Kemp and Gary Payton.
Yeah, so I just like, I don't like that there's like this whole like, I don't know. Well, let's wait and see. You're always in the past. He's a different person now. No,
let
dude.
Me just.
The minute like they always say, oh, there's smoke, there's fire, buddy.
Let me just see when some dude does that to you. Let me just see when you're out at some bar or something like that, and some dude's up in your grill and start grabbing on you. Everybody sees and starts laughing at you. And you gotta try to go tell somebody,
and you get mad, be like, "Hey, man."
You try to go tell somebody, and everybody's like, "Man, what are you talking about?" Yeah. And because Caesar, I've been in a situation.
You're doing the most.
I've been in a situation where a guy said something, something kind of wild to me. I've told you the story before. You probably forgot. You forget everything, but and I felt violated. I'm like, yo, he didn't touch me or anything like that, but like. Just think about if a person that you don't want in your space or want touching you is touching you, male, female, whatever, and just think how you feel when that happens. Yeah. And that's different when it's a stranger or something like that. But like when it's your coach, somebody that's like your superior and they're supposed to be looking out for you, that's even worse.
Okay. Well, you're
turned
fired
up.
Yeah.
I
would want to like be like, oh, like personal experience about that, whatever, but like I just don't want to like be incorrect about it. So
well, I'm not telling the whole story.
No, I'm saying like, you know, any kind of experience I had in my life, I don't want to be incorrect on it. So it's like I feel you. I just think that culture is like, it doesn't benefit, it doesn't help anybody move forward, and it's only causing regression. They need to stop. Like, it needs to stop.
It's a damn shame because it's part of like this like loser dudes talking like, yeah. So some guy's like, yeah, if somebody touch me, I'm gonna knock him out. But like, yeah, but what if you can?
Yeah.
Yeah,
everybody, especially in male cultures, there's always a situation where they want to act like they can always put hands on somebody when 90% of them can't fight at all. So I'm like, okay, like, but what if it's this dude?
What if it's Conor McGregor?
Because trust me, in life, there's always someone bigger than you.
What if it's John Bones Jones?
Someone,
what you gonna do?
Even if bigger than you, yeah. Oh my God, what if John Jones was pressing up on you?
Let me not mention him because you're gonna start going off on John Jones.
Especially if he's using Muay Thai stance and he's doing his wrestler a double leg takedown.
Okay. Man, hour and a half.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was
episode. Hold on. I'm gonna skip the Thierry Henry thing, but I did want to talk really quick about. I'm not gonna get into it, but I want to talk about.
That's what you said about last one.
How do you pronounce his name? Oh, Golovin exposed Thierry Henry wilding out at Monaco. Did you want to?
I'm so down. Golovin's my dog.
You want to do okay? Like this is what he said. He said that Thierry Henry did not fully transition to the role of a manager during his spell at Monaco.
Golovin's young too. I hear you talking.
He said that maybe Henry didn't kill the role of the player inside him. He said when things weren't working out during practice, he would get nervous and yell a lot. Maybe it was unnecessary. He said he was a very strong player, and the only players near his level at Monaco were maybe Falcao and Fabregas. He said he would try, which I think that's really cool. Like, he's humble like that to say, like, you know, Henry was an amazing player, and like these are the only two guys that's like on that level.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's intelligent. Let's get smart.
Yeah. And he said that Henry would try to go out onto the field and show us how to practice and like yell. He said maybe a different manager would say, let's go, like, get it together, but he would get nervous right away and run onto the field and start playing and showing us things. He said Henry would scream and say, like, try to get the ball away from me. like going around, like, try to get the ball off me. So basically he's like saying, like, he didn't really he didn't really get into the role of like a manager. He's like still trying to be a player. He said that there were times when we would feel hurt. I'm sorry. He said there were times when he would feel hurt and not talk to us and review tactics for hours.
Jesus Christ.
He said that after Jardim came back, positivity came.
Like,
positivity during training came back.
They're like, "Whew, man, we missed you, dog."
Yeah,
sorry.
He did see the one good thing. He said that Henry wanted to advance the youth at the club, and he brought up 6 players to train with the main team.
Yeah, I saw him do.
He said he trusted young players, and I like that. But apparently, Thierry Henry's out here wilding out and still like, and whatever. I'm not. That'll end up being long, but he basically was like, you know, you guys aren't good enough, and like, let me try to show you, and like, you can't be doing that.
Look. There's 2 things you know about athletes in this world. Athletes, when every single great coach will tell you that you're 2 roles as a coach. You're the tactician and you're a father. A lot of times, these players, you need to be both roles because these are fragile. The players are fragile, and
you can embarrass them.
Not everybody is Cavani. Not everybody is Kobe. Not everybody is the Ronaldo. Yeah. They're not those people. Messi. So you can't treat everybody with the expectation that they're gonna be you.
Yeah, that's
when you do that, you're just going to frustrate. Relax. You're going to frustrate yourself, and you're going to get irate. So it's really important that Greco Jardim doesn't probably go out there and show. He just tells you, and if you don't get it, just sub out and think about it, and someone else goes and shows you.
Yeah, and that's what I always say about like sometimes there's like elite players, like they can't be a coach because they're just going to be frustrated. Like
especially a striker.
The players aren't as good as them.
Especially a striker.
But let's rewind back to Caesar with the bar of the year before when he said that Thierry Henry should coach PSG because Thierry Henry wouldn't be doing that at PSG because the players are good.
Yeah. The thing is, Henry is not meant to start off as. I'm gonna keep it real. Like, especially like it's easy to say, oh, they need to develop. You can't put a guy of that caliber, that young in his coaching life, into roles of him coaching a young top division team. It can't be like that. It needs to be a team with veterans, with savage, that he feels that respect level along, and it's us talking together about it, and that's how we're gonna get better. Like him in that circle, he's gonna feel like one of them. They're gonna feel like he's one of them, and it's different than you looking up to him. You're just looking as a colleague rather than looking up. It's different. It's a totally different experience.
And he doesn't have to do all that. Like, oh, like, let me show you how to do it. Like like I can do it. Like
I mean, he's not going to show Mbappe or Neymar or even Draxler what to do.
None of those guys. They're
he's not going to go take the ball from you. And be like, they're going to take that ball from you, sir.
Yeah,
good players in that team.
Exactly. Yeah,
Mbappe's going to take that ball.
Thiago Silva's going to get that ball, or you going to get the shoulder.
Marquinhos, there's players that can ball.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, really quick. Let's go real fast.
God.
Tiger Woods did win his 5th green jacket. He won his first major in 11 years.
See that ad?
The Cabelinasian hero, Tiger Woods, Cabelinasian, or whatever he called himself.
Asian persuasion.
I will never forget. Congratulations to Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods is the dude that like made golf a thing in America for like
he's the
young
reason
people.
I watch golf.
Most people, yeah. One of the things I'll never forget, Tiger Woods, when he got that DUI when he was driving under the influence of the medication, and that daggone cop asked him, "What's your highest level of education?" I was like, "This is the most racist thing I've ever seen in my life." And Tiger Woods all groggy. He's like, "I went to Stanford."
He's like, "Where'd you go, Fulton College?"
He's like, "What? It's like in Florida." He's
How
like,
dare you?
Where did you graduate
Stanford,
high school?
Dog.
Like, oh god, I was like, this is such a shame. You're talking to Tiger Woods.
You know what's crazy? This moment happened, and I think it's been so long that even a generation doesn't really know of how real famous this guy is.
Oh, Tiger Woods is huge.
Like he's insane. He's always been at that. We used to talk about the big athletes in the world, like Michael Jordan, those names. That's a worldwide name. And when he scored, when he won, everybody talked about it. Everybody loved it. It was that ad was like kind of moving me. I'm not gonna lie. Like seeing him watch videos of all these people talk about he can't do it, that was really cool. Because and the best part to me was his reaction. Because often you watch those videos, see somebody get tapped or laugh, whatever. He just watched it and like kind of smiled, like. You know.
Tiger Woods is a real one, yo. He's one of the best athletes in the world history.
I don't want to steal from but I was watching that Highly Questionable. No, Highly Questionable. I was watching High Noon, and Babani made a great point on there. He said that he had a culmination of two things. He had a culmination of being of him having the athletic decline and the outside controversies in his life coming into one. Like that is like the perfect storm. You know, especially when a lot of times people like that, someone like that, they want to see them kind of fall apart. You know,
so, yeah, a lot of people were rooting against him. I didn't even know what was going on with the whole thing with his wife or whatever. I was like, who cares?
It wasn't his wife. It was the thousands of apparently like.
Yeah, I'm like, that's his business.
I'm like, people doing way worse than they said. There's people doing way worse than him out in these streets.
Yeah, Bill Cosby. All I know is that Tiger Woods had a yacht that he used to get around on it in a Vespa. That's how big it is, or was. I don't know if he still has it. Okay, we're not gonna talk about the playoffs. We'll talk about it next time. Episode 103, we made a podcast. Holler, and hopefully soon we'll be doing an episode with Tiki Talker Podcast in a couple days. Holler,
please.